Good evening, JuJuan Buford broadcasting from the Detroit metropolitan area, and definitely excited this evening to be sharing a small plate, if you will, a question that I fielded time and time again from individuals here on LinkedIn. You know, I am committed to providing information to help individuals level up, those who want to tiptoe into entrepreneurship, or quite frankly, those who want to jump in 2 feet first. Ultimately, I believe entrepreneurship is empowerment. And if you want healthier households, or you want healthier neighborhoods, or you want more vibrant communities, one of the most effective ways to make a demonstrable impact in those communities is to help business owners and create a more viable, a more fertile ecosystem for individuals to pursue their dreams and ambitions. I've worked as a business solutions specialist, entrepreneur, and sales professional for almost 20 years now, and always excited to share content that will ultimately empower, inspire, and help individuals level up, particularly actionable content. So one of the questions I receive periodically from individuals here on LinkedIn is, look, you know, what's required? What are recommendations I would make to individuals who are looking to start up a home-based business, right? And I'm literally reviewing several emails that I've responded to just over the last 2 weeks alone. And, you know, I'll start, first things first, you know, being an entrepreneur is a skill trade. Right? You may be starting a home-based business. It may be something you're doing on the side, but you need to treat it with the same respect that you would if you were pursuing a highly compensated job, or if you were pursuing a highly compensated occupation, if you will. You know, most of us are going to attend school 12, 16, 20 years, right, to pursue a JOB or to pursue a career, if you will. And of course, most individuals who are seeking a home-based business opportunity, they're looking to do it part-time, they're looking to do it spare time. And no, you may not have to take 10 to 16 to 20 years to learn how to utilize or employ the home-based business as your financial independence vehicle. 9 times out of 10, a lot of the resources, a lot of the traditional constraints such as marketing, coming up with a product or service right from scratch, a lot of the concerns in terms of branding, the viability of the product service, usually those issues have been addressed before you've made the decision to participate. But still, nevertheless, it is going to be a skilled trade. Entrepreneurship always will be. Even if it's just understanding how to engage people, how to exercise high EQ, how to share your information with individuals without coming off scary or weird, right? There's still going to be some learning that needs to be done. And so one of the first things I encourage individuals to do is give yourself some time to learn the business model, respect the fact that there's going to be a learning curve. There's going to be a training process like anything else worthwhile. You know, if you were to jump on the plane and discover that the pilot had only read the first page of the training manual, you probably wouldn't feel too safe on that plane, right? None of us would attempt to climb Mount Everest after having just read a couple pages out of a travel agent's book, right? Just like rock climbing, you have to treat your business seriously. You can't treat it casually, otherwise your business will end up a casualty and you'll find yourself disgruntled, a little bit upset, right? The second thing I encourage individuals to consider is this. Treat your business like you're starting a part-time job, but you're doing it at home, right? Attend orientation, whether it be online or in person. Most companies are going to have some type of orientation process where you become more familiar with the history of the company, become more familiar with the value proposition, how to communicate it accurately. There's going to be some information in terms of how to better understand your product or service, and you want to take full advantage of those things. Once again, treat it like a business, right? Let's get clear about it, right? You may not be looking to build your part-time home-based business 20 and 30 hours a week. You may only be giving it 5 or 10 hours a week, and that's okay. But find out what are the key performance indicators. Find out what are the everyday or weekly tasks that are required to be successful. Think about it. If you started a part-time job, that would be par for the course, right? There would be a training. You would understand what your daily tasks are in order to perform adequately to maintain that job, right? Well, treat yourself the exact same way, right? Behave like a good employee. You wouldn't arrive late. You wouldn't check into work whenever you wanted to, right? You wouldn't call up the supervisor and say, you know, I'm just not feeling it. Games of Thrones are on, right? It just wouldn't happen, else you wouldn't expect to have that job the following day. So treat your home-based business the exact same way. Give it the time and respect, right? That will be required to be a good employee, except you're a good employee of your own business. So set aside those work hours, whether it be 1 hour a week. I'm being sincere. Even if it's just 1 hour a week, 3 hours or 5 hours a week, whatever time you give, set that side of time and be accountable to that time frame, right? Treat it like a part-time job until it pays like a full-time business, right? That's the promise of starting up a home-based business. Be accountable, right? Find workout partners, individuals who you can share your goals, objectives with, who can actually hold you accountable, who will call you up every now and again and check in and make sure you're making progress, right? Majority of the time when you start a home-based business, there's somebody that has a vested interest in your success, right? There's somebody that typically is going to be there to coach you, to mentor you, to ensure that you are doing the things that need to be done in order for you to meet your goals and your financial objectives, whatever your ambitions may be taking you. So even if it's not someone specifically in the industry though that's strongly recommended, find other entrepreneurs who are moving forward, who are progressing, right? Who are leveling up. They say iron sharpens iron. That's not necessarily true. You hang around a bunch of dull knives, you'll become dull too, right? Be around sharp people, be around individuals who are driven, who have a no-holds-barred approach to their business, and they're not making excuses, right? They're just about finding solutions for the challenges that come up time and time again. You want to get around those individuals. Look, realtors read trade publications regarding real estate, right? Architects, same deal. There are trade books, there are trade fairs that transpire. Doctors, attorneys, licensed investigator, investment advisors, all have compliance training. They all have different publications. They all have different things they need to read to stay sharp. Continue to commit to personal development, right? And be willing to learn and read and sharpen the saw, even if it's just 15, 30 minutes a day. You know, what I would encourage individuals to consider is if you're reading 10 to 15 pages of a good book a day, that is going to take most individuals anywhere from 30 minutes, maybe an hour at the most, right? Depending on how fast or slow you read and consume information. But the bottom line is at the end of a month, you will have read about 300 pages to 450 pages. At the end of a year, that means you've read anywhere from 12 to 15, possibly even 20 books. Look, if you read 20 books on basket weaving, you're probably going to be more informed and more comfortable talking about basket weaving. Well, if you read 15 to 20 pages, you read 12 to 15 to 20 books per year about being a more effective entrepreneur or being more effective, particularly as it relates to your industry, you're going to be more comfortable. At the end of the day, success in business oftentimes is just simply a matter of confidence, right? Self-concept. It's an inside job. So you want to make sure you're doing the things that are required to build confidence, to become more of a subject matter expert so you're more comfortable communicating the value proposition. And if you do these things, you'll be off to a fantastic start.